So how instrumental has your mother been to the ID Fresh story? You said every ingredient in the factory is a replica of what your mother has on her kitchen shelf. And was it her recipe that got things started?
My batter is better than her batter.
Your batter is better than her batter. Does she agree with you?
She has to agree because that's a fact. But unfortunately, she still makes batter at home.
She's not using ID Fresh.
She still makes batter at home.
So where did the original recipe come from?
My cousins, figured it out. It was from our own family, and the roadside vendors that we reached out to. They were making batter, so all those inputs we got and fine-tuned. But for us to come up with a recipe, the right recipe, consistent recipe, it took us close to 1 year. There's no rocket science in making idli dosa batter, but it took us 1 year to get the consistency right. Right set of ingredients, right proportion, right fermentation level, and we didn't come from a food technology background.
Yeah.
So we had to experiment ourselves and make a lot of failures and learn from that.
And I think a lot of people who are looking at getting into the food business, and what is the hardest part of going from idea to actual execution in light of the experiences that you've had?
I think the most important aspect is to get the product right. If you don't get your product right, don't waste your time. Because at the end of the day, the product has to be the hero. That's my learning as well. From a concept to implementation stage in our business, the challenge was in getting consistency. We had to bring in some science, and we didn't come from a science background, right? We had to bring in science.
No food background, no science background, yet a food tech company.
yeah. So we had to bring in some science to bring the consistency. For example, the moisture level of rice has to be this much. The pH level of the water should be this much. Viscosity of the batter should be this much, right? So those kind of things we have to establish. That took us a long time.
So how did you draw in those capabilities, to be able to arrive at what the pH should be, what the viscosity should be? I mean, how did you assemble that team around you?
Google.
Really? Google?
That was the only way for us. Because I couldn't afford anything else during those days. So we Googled and identified these are the ways for you to measure the consistency. And then we had to standardize it ourselves.